Welcome back to Getting Your Crap Together with Christy, and today we're going to be discussing, does the nice guy always have to finish last? Today we're going to be going over one of my favorite books, and I know I say that every single week, but this is one of my favorite books, and it's called The Go-Giver. It's actually by Bob Burg and John Mann. Now I'll tell you that this is one of those books that you're going to want to have a physical copy of, and you're going to want to listen to it because it is in a story format. So listening to it on Audible or in an audio format is absolutely a great experience because it's just fun to take this ride with the character as you learn the 5 laws of stratospheric success. So why should you read this book? Well, it's pretty simple. If you want to be successful in life and in business, this is one of those books that's going to, break down some key principles that are really going to help you connect with people on a better level. And let's face it, we're in relationship business. No matter if we're a teacher, we're a realtor, whatever business you're in, it's all about relationships. And that's why I'm recommending this book. So let's jump into the meat of the book, which is the 5 laws of stratospheric success. Law number 1 is the law of value, and that's all about giving more value than the compensation that you take. I think what that comes down to is making sure that you're creating a customer experience, right? If you're a teacher, that you're creating a learning experience for your students that they will remember for a lifetime. If you are in a service industry, that you're going above and beyond, basically give more value than you take in compensation, and you'll always come out ahead. The second law is the law of compensation. And this one is, I'll actually read it. It says, your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. And what I take from this one is that we really need to be a problem solver, right? The compensation that we get is all determined on how well we solve problems and how well we serve the people that we're solving problems for. And how many people can we really help while we're doing it? That's what will determine how we're compensated. The third law of stratospheric success is the law of influence. And this is about going above and beyond, going the extra mile. My favorite part in this book about the law of influence is when he discussed, he'd made a pact with his wife, the character in the story. And basically he said that neither one of them were allowed to complain for more than 30 minutes about their job. They basically set up this rule. And so there are times in their marriage, they would say, oh, I know my 30 minutes is up, I'll go ahead and stop. Well, at one point in the story, his wife comes home and she had a really rough day, and she just went on and on and on, and he let her. He just let her go. And in the morning, she wrote him a story about how much, or she wrote him a note about how much she appreciated that he just listened. And he really talks about, in your relationship, are you in a 50-50, right? Like you give and take, somebody's keeping score. And if so, what would it look like if you gave 100%, right? What would that look like? And how would it change your relationship? Basically, when the law of influence, that's how we should approach our relationships. Let's not be tick for tack. Let's go all in and give and serve in a way that's meaningful and really in the best interest of others. Hence the reason that this book is called The Go-Giver. So the fourth law of stratospheric success is the law of authenticity. And this one should be pretty easy, right? Because again, it's all about making connections with people. So if we're going to be our authentic self, that means that we have to be willing to just dig a little bit deeper, think more about people than money, more about people than results, and ask better questions and develop deep relationships. At the end of the day, it does mean be yourself. Don't pretend to be somebody else. Don't pretend to be interested in something that you're not interested in. Find your tribe, find your people, be you, and ultimately you'll come out ahead in business and in life. Now the last law is the law of receptivity, and I always say that wrong, so that's why I read it. But basically, about the key of this one is being open to receive. Now we'll tell you that this one's a little bit hard for me, and I think it is hard for a lot of people. I'm naturally a giver. I love helping and I love solving problems, but I'm not the best receiver, right? I don't always accept the kindness and the help that people want to offer. And in this book, he talks a lot about the fact that in order to reach your highest level of success, you have to be willing to accept the help and the praise and the gifts and the things that come with helping others. And that's when you'll reach your true potential. So those are just a brief snippet of the five laws of stratospheric success that you'll find in this book. It comes to you in a really fun story format, and that brings me to our actionable insight from this book. It's pretty dang simple. The actionable insight is it's not all about the money. It's about helping people. Help enough people get what they want, and you'll get what you want. At the end of the day, the best way to live our life is to be a giver. And I can absolutely promise you that if you feel like the nice guy always finishes last, it's not the case. The person who is giving and open and helps other people, they don't always finish last. They always end up on top and live a happy life doing it. So I'm really excited for you guys to jump in this book. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, if you don't want to miss any of our great content, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, and like us on Instagram.